So I cut everything out on the Cricut Joy. And because the Cricut Joy is not big enough to do an entire, I made a file that is you can use on the maker where you don't have to do this step here where you have to score this, fold it, and stuff. But because on the Joy you can't go long enough to do that, I haven't figured it out yet. Um, I'm gonna score that. I'll show you what I'm gonna do to make the card base before we put all that stuff on the front. So I put a draw line on there to tell me where to score. I don't lose any of my little bits and pieces. Let's move them up there. No, don't take over that way. Stay there. So anyway, I'm going to take it and I'm going to put this in my scoreboard just like that, right? Go like this. Just like this. I'm going to put the feet up against the thing and I'm going to put a cauldron body like that. And then right here on this little, so it's at 3 1/4, I'm going to score it right there on that line. So that way, we'll go backwards before we go forward so it'd be easier. So that way we have a flap to glue the top thing to. So how I know that I'm going to line this up right is because I'm going to line the bottom feet. I'm going to line the bottom feet together and the body, just like that. And without a cool Stamps of Life fold-it die, we'll have us a card base. So we're just going to take that. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our glue. Put our glue on. Maybe. Oh yeah. First video back, we're going to have difficulties. That's okay. I have something I can use for that. Let's try it again. There we go. All right, we're going to line our bottom legs up. Fold in for me. Thank you. Fold in that bottom line, the bottom. I have to align it by the bottom so that I know it's going to fold correctly. There we go. And now I'm just going to now I have a card base. See? So now I can put everything else on. I'm going to put everything on the black cauldron first because I kind of lined it up where I want it. So first thing I'm going to put on is the bubbles, so that way everything else can line up according to this. Oh no, I'm going to put these on last. That way I make sure that I'm lined up with these. So the first thing I want to do, you know what, because of lining everything up correctly, let's just scooch all that off. We got our little fancy dancy jewel picker, so we can use our jewel picker. Let's glue this cauldron on. For lining up purposes, so that way everything fits, we're going to do it this way. Normally, on a card base, I would just put everything on my mat before I put it on my base, but because I want to make sure my bubbles line up and everything lines up, I'm going to do it this way. All right, so I'm going to line it up by the feet. Line it up by the feet. Everything should fit without any white showing. It looks like I might have a little white showing. It shouldn't though. Let's move you over. Come on. Oh boy, that stuck quick. So I got a little bit of white showing. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. It wasn't designed to do that. But anyway, now I'm going to take my bubbles. Put my glue on my bubbles. And this was inspired by, I believe it's spelled by Lawn Fawn. It's inspired by Lawn Fawn's Cauldron. Of course, it's not exactly the same because it's not Lawn Fawn, but it was inspired by him. So I'm going to line up from the top of the bubbles, just like that. And lay that there. Now, I should have put little circles to give it some more dimension, but I didn't. It'll be all right. I can always go back and do that later. All right, now let's start with the witch hat. Put some glue on that. Now, if you're going to be doing little things, I suggest you use like a new blade, because the older the blade, the more likely you're going to have issues with things ripping and stuff. Make sure your mat is your cutting mat is completely clear. All right, I want this right here. It's not going to be lined up perfectly. And I always get crazy with glue, guys. All right, and then I'm going to put my broom on, because I'm setting where I want my words to be boundaried in too. So my little broomstick here. I want it to be right here at the bottom. No too much glue again, Linda. Tight, it'll dry clear. All right, now I'm going to do the words. And I'm going to start with the bottom word. I'm going to start with brew. First one. Here's the R. I should have two E's. There's an E. W. Two W's. Okay, so there's brew. And then we're going to have W there. S should be there. One over each leg. If I'm happy with it, then I will glue it down. And I am happy with it. So trying to make things easier, but I'm making them harder. So the W goes down first. That's too far away. There you go, right there. And we'll put the S down, that way I can keep everything in between. Let's see, let's make sure it's straight. There we go. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight, it's Halloween stuff. All right. I am so heavy-handed, and I should not be. I should be more cautious with this. Sorry, y'all can't see as I'm laying it down. I can't see either, so kind of like. Now, if you want to ink blend like green on the green, you can do that. If you want to ink blend these letters, that would give it a little more depth and stuff. Like all this stuff, if it was ink blended, would look really cool. And then the EDS is already glued. I mean, you could probably put the letters closer, but I want it stretched out. And now we're going to do the letter R. And we're going to over glue it also. Now we'll do the letter E. And I'm getting all up into my bats and things. here, or in that there. What is that stuck with my bat? Get off there. It's one of my stars. Put a star there, and a star there, and a star there. One star. Another star. Alright, I'm missing a star. There we go. A star right there. And then we'll put a little doomy fletchy right here, and a little doomy fletchy right there. Of course, I put too much glue again. So here's my little doomy fletchy right there. And my little doomy fletchy right there. I'll put a star over here, and I'll put one over here. Or a star and a doomy fletchy. Put a star here. And a star doomy fletchy there. And I think we'll put a doomy fletchy here too. Alright, and once you put all your little Cricut things on, if you want to do more decorating, you can. Which, I don't know if I want to or not. Let's see. Like, do I want to add any pumpkins or ghosts? I could put some cute little ghosts on there. What do you think? I thought I had some black cats. Let's see. Witches and cats go together. Let's see. I thought I had some witches and black cats. I do have some kitty cats right here in this one. This is really old Brutus Monroe sequins. I think both of these are old Brutus Monroe sequins. Before we glue it, let's get it off and see what it looks like. You can always add in Cricut Design Space if you want to cut them out with something. I think if I want the ghost. the witch's brew. Let's see what else we got in here. I think I'm just gonna stick with the cats and then be done. Well, maybe a little swirly thing or something. When I mean swirly thing, I mean like a sequence. Come on, I know I have more on here. There we go. Yeah, like maybe 2 sequins. Okay. Well, that's definitely enough glue, huh? Why do I always do that? I don't know. Always put too much glue. There, I like that with the cats. There we go. There we go, guys. There we go. Designed with the joy. The Cricut joy. Not the extra, the little one. The baby joy. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed.